Assalamu alaikum students, this is Farwa Batul, your O-level computer science instructor, and welcome to another video. We are doing activity 8.4. We are done with Python programming language, and now here we will be doing this activity in Visual Basic. So the activity says that in a high level programming language that your school has chosen to use, write and run a short program to test if a number input is greater than or equal to 100 or less than 100. It means that the number is being taken as an input by the user. User is going to enter some number. And what we have to check? We have to check whether the number is greater than equals to 100 or the number is less than 100. Now, what I have done, I have chosen Visual Basic as my programming language in order to solve this activity in this video. Last time in previous video we did Python, and in the upcoming video I will share the Java line of code for this. Now let's quickly move towards the line of code that we can use in Visual Basic to solve the issue. Okay, so first of all you must declare a variable that is named as number, and it must have an integer data type. So this is your first line of code here, that you are declaring a variable that is named as number, and it is integer variable. It means it is going to have an integer data type. Now, the next thing is you need to tell the user what to enter. So you will use console.write, and inside that you will tell the user, please enter your number. Enter your number. I will also open a Visual Basic editor to show you the actual practical example of this. But once we do it here, then I will tell you how to do it in a Visual Basic compiler as well. Now, the next thing is, if in order to take that number as an input, you must use the input statement, and also you need to parse your input value into integer, because remember, whenever a user gives us an input value, it is considered as a string data type by default. So in order to convert that string into integer, we are using integer.parse. Now inside that I will be using console.readline, that is my input statement, console.readline, and then this whole statement will help you to take the input from the user and then convert it into an integer value and save it into the variable named number. Once the number is here, then you will use your if condition. Then the condition is number. Let's put number greater than equals to 100. Let's put this condition. Now remember, if the condition is true, then what you have to do, you have to show a message, that is console. Use console dot write and show a display message to the user that your number is greater than or equal to 100. This is your display message if the condition is true. What if the condition is false? If the condition is false, then you will write down your line of code in else. So else console dot write, and then the message must be your number is less than 100. This is what you have to do actually. This is a simple program that tells us that whether the number that is entered by the user is greater than equals to 100 or it is less than 100. So remember that if this condition is true, if the number is, it can be 120, it can be 150, it can be 100, if it is greater than equals to 100, then this message will be shown to the user. Otherwise, else we know that the number must be less than 100 to make this condition false. So if the condition is false, then the user will see a message, your number is less than 100. Now let me quickly open Visual Basic Editor in order to solve this problem practically. Okay, so here we go. You can select any of your Visual Basic compiler online. Let me just quickly select this one, GDB Online Debugger. I'll open this and you can see by default there is an output message, hello world. Let me just clean this. Now inside main function, main method, I'm going to write down my line of code. So first of all, what you have to do, you have to declare a variable that can be number as integer. So this is the first thing you have to do. Next, press enter. Once you're done with enter, then the second thing is console.write to show the user a display message that please enter your number. Please enter your number and then a colon here. This is the message that helps the user to enter any of the number. Next, we have to save that number in the variable number equals. Okay, and must be capital. Number equals, let's parse the number into integer, writing down integer dot parse so that the number will be converted into integer data type. Inside that, you have to use your console.readline to take the number from the user. It's basically your input statement. Readline. And next, once the number is here, then you will use your if condition. If, and we will say number is greater than equals 100. What you have to do, you have to then tell the user console.write. The message will be your number is greater than or equal to 100. When the condition is true, this will be the message that is shown to the user. Else, if the condition is false, write down else and write down console.write. Then the message will be your number is less than 100. And once you are done with if then else, then you have to must write and if to tell the termination of if then else. Okay, this is done. Now let me just do a little indentation here. Okay. And if to tell that it is the end. Okay, so this is what is to be done actually. Now let me quickly run this program. Go to the run button at the top. Let's see the results. Okay, it says please enter your number. Look at down over here. Now let me write down 140. 140 means the condition must be true and it should say your number is greater than or equal to 100. Yes, look at your message. Your number is greater than or equal to 100. So this is what exactly the output must be. Now let me just quickly run for a number less than 100. Let me quickly put a 36. Press enter. Your number is less than 100. So this is what actually needed. Now let me just do one more time, putting 100 as my number. So if even if it is 100, then the condition is true and it says that your number is greater than or equal to 100. Well done. So this is what you have to do in activity 8.4 in by using Visual Basic. Thank you so much. Stay tuned, stay connected, and do not forget to subscribe the channel. In the next video, we will be doing the same thing in Java programming language. Bye bye.